Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Adedoye, and I'm here to give you back to back. But today, I'm not going to be the one that'll be doing the talking. So over time, I've gotten loads of questions from intending applicants who have children, and they are wondering, oh, how am I gonna study with kids? Oh, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna, combine combine my children with my workload, coursework, and all. And honestly, I can't talk about it because I don't have experience, because I don't have kids yet. So I decided that, okay, let me reach out to my friend Chiazokam, who has a 19-month-old beautiful baby and is currently studying data science. And I also reached out to my sister, who recently graduated and has 2 kids and even got a merit whilst doing it. Put a respect to that. So guys, this beautiful ladies came together, well, separately. I did a poll on Instagram asking people the questions that they wanted me to put forward to them, coupled with the other questions that I've gotten in the past. So I added all the questions together, and I'm going to be pitching it to them. Like, I gave them the question and then they sat down and did the video for me, because one is my sister is in Wakefield, the other one is in far away. I couldn't do like a face-to-face interview with them, but I gave them those questions, and guys, they did justice to it. They didn't even leave any stone unturned. They talked about it just as it is, the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing part, and of course their piece of advice to intending moms as parents come to the UK to study. So guys, before we proceed, have you subscribed? I don't think you have. So click the notification below, subscribe now, join the family. Aren't you guys enjoying the back-to-back content? Because the views are not matching the followers. It's not fair. Let's follow, share to your friends. Let's grow this channel, and so that we can eventually be a community and we can enjoy my videos from time to time. So in view of that, sit back, relax, grab your popcorn. Of course, get your questions ready. They'll be in the comment section, trying to reply you as well. So it's really going to be an educative piece, this one. So yes, guys, that is it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello, my name is Busayo. I'll be sharing with you a few things about studying abroad with children. I hope you find this video useful, and I hope I'm able to encourage someone along the way. All right, a little bit about myself. I'm a lawyer. I specialize in environmental law. I'm married and I have 2 children, aged 9 and 7, a boy and a girl. I graduated from the University of Strathclyde, Scotland, Glasgow, Scotland in 2021, where I had my master's in global environmental law and governance. So when I began my academics at the University of Strathclyde, it was during the pandemic. And because of that, we had most of our courses online. I think now everything has gone back to normal and people are going back into the lecture halls and having physical classes. But during my time, it was more online. We had more online courses. And because of that, I decided to focus on the courses as well as take care of the children without having to get a caregiver. What informed my decision to do this, one, like I told you earlier, my husband was coming and going, so for most of the time I was on my own. I didn't have much support, and then I realized that childcare in the UK is not small joke. It's a whole lot of money, and as a student, if I'm working 20 hours a week, then what it means is that I'm going to give the caregiver like half of my salary or even more than half of my salary for her fees, or for taking care of the children. So I thought it more advisable to just focus on my studies and then take care of the children. Studying abroad with children, if I must say, is not for the faint-hearted, really. If you're going to do it, then you have to set settle in your mind that this is something you're going to do. But can you achieve it? Definitely it can be achieved, and it will stretch you, but you will grow from that stretching. You will grow, and you will learn how to manage your time, how to do things in good time. As a woman, we love to multitask. When one part is not doing well, it affects the other part. You would learn how to put all this together and bring something great out of the experience. I remember times when I was having my lectures that I would have to push my reading table behind my door, like secure my space with the reading table so that the children don't come in there and disturb when they were on holidays. And so I would have to get them to be quiet, sort them their meals out, their snacks and everything, and tell them for the next hours, please, you guys just stay put. Fortunately for me, they were of the older age group, so they were able to understand what I was saying. So these are some of the things that I faced when I was having my master's. Now, when it comes to enrolling the children in school, it is relatively easy because there is a structure. What I would suggest or advise is that before you leave home, your home country, you should do your research. If you know the school, that when you know the school you're going to, try and get accommodation close to the school so that your commuting to the school and back would not take too much time, and you wouldn't be late getting the children from school and everything. So that you can go on Google and do your research, and even Google would even tell you if the area what the area is like, so you'll be able to pick a suitable area for yourself. One other thing that you would want to do is also check the Ofsted rankings or ratings for the schools in that area. So when you're applying for accommodation, if you go through apps such as Zoopla, Gumtree, Rightmove, you would see the listings of apartments or accommodation that they have, and under those accommodations you will find the areas, you'll find the school close to the areas, and you find the places that are that you will be needing to go, such as the supermarkets, and where you will be getting your provisions, and even African shops and things like that. You can get those in the UK as well, and so you would need to do a whole lot of research to get a very good environment for yourself and for the children. The school, the government, the council that is responsible for your area where you're going to pick your accommodation from will be the ones that would give you a school, and they'll give you a school for your children within the catchment area. It's called the catchment area. It's like which it's where the schools around where your accommodation is. They prefer to give children schools that are not too far from home for convenience sake, for safety and all that, so that for both the parents and the children, they can commute to school easily. Sometimes you find that your school is just next door, the next neighborhood, as in the children's schools, like 3 minutes away and things like that. So it's not far. Sometimes for my own children, there by drive is just 4 minutes away, and if I'm going to walk, it's just 7 minutes away. So they give you schools around you. So some of the essentials that you might want to pack when you're to coming abroad to study for the children, according to their ages and the needs for those ages. You might want to think about things such as their meals, because when you get here, you're just getting here, you're just trying to know your terrain. You might find it a bit hard to not so easy. I won't say hard. You might find it not so easy initially to get to supermarkets and things like that. So you might just want to get something to give you a soft landing when you do get here, till when you're able to go shopping and get things. As a mother, Google is your friend. Any question you have concerning supermarkets and where to get what, all you need to do is check Google. Internet is very fast here, and you're able to get information at your fingertips. So all you need to do is type in nearest supermarket to me, and when your GPS is on, of course, it will tell you, judging by your location, it will tell you, give you a list of supermarkets that are around you. And if you're looking for a particular item, you can type where to buy, nearest place to buy this item, and if it recognizes the item, it will give you a list of where to get them nearby. So Google is your friend. You get all sorts of information. You get your bus commute on Google. Find out about your bus commute, because when you get here, you may not be able to get the car immediately, because you have to run some checks, you have to do some things like that, and it might take some time. So you might be going with your buses initially. You want to find out the buses that have a discount for you, maybe a weekly discount, fares and things like that. So you check the internet, get information to help you get some cheaper rates and help you get to where you're going faster. Trust me, Google is something you don't want to play with. All right. So one other thing I would advise mothers to get when they're coming is moisturizers for the children. Moisturizers are very, very important, especially if you have children that are sensitive. Their skins are sensitive. I have one of my children that is quite sensitive since he was a baby. He's been sensitive to soaps and things like that. So he was rather sensitive to the weather here. Even as adults, we're sensitive to the weather. And I found out that because I already run a business that is that produces moisturizers. I will take this time, a few minutes, to talk about that now. It's called Body Caramel, and it's made up of about 8 essential oils and body butters that help the skin. I've been using it since day one, since I got into the UK, and my children use it as well. And I find that it helps to moisturize the skin, it goes beyond the surface of the skin. It gives you a glow. The children, it helps them to not be ashen at their skin. It prevents the skin from looking ashen. It goes beyond the surface of the skin and really moisturizes the skin, gives it a glow. And you can tell that your skin is not dry, is not cracked. There are some people that they have like some areas of their skin that is prone to cracking. So the body butter helps to just moisturize it. After a few days, you don't see those cracks anymore, and using it daily just keeps your skin in perfect condition. So it's something that you should invest in. I've gotten a whole lot of reports about it, and I'm sure that it will be good for you. If you use it, your skin will be thankful to you. So you can hit us up if you want more information about that. Please let us know, and we'll get back to you on that. So that's one other essential moisturizer that you need for your children because of the conditions of the weather. I would also recommend that you have your warm clothings before you come. From the moment you step out of the airport, you're going to be greeted with some cold, and you would have to get warm outfits for the children before you get here, so that you can wear them for them in the airport while they step out. Well, right now the weather is rather okay. It's not so bad. If it was during winter now, you would see me in my buffer jackets and all, but it's better now. It's sunny outside. My children are playing outside. I've asked them to please just stay with me, bear with me for a few moments while I do this video and just enjoy the sun outside in the garden. So that's where they are. And you'd want to get them warm jackets, warm clothes, warm trousers, tops, and things like that, so that when you get here, and I'm sure when you get here, you're going to have to isolate for a few days. You would need to get warm clothes for them since you will not be going outside, you will not be able to go outside to get these clothing. So it's always good to be able to get this. Yes, they sell these things even in Nigeria. You could just find out where they sell them, and you'll be able to get some of them. One other thing that you should always have before you come and when you get here is your children's lip balms. Yes, the lips are a very sensitive part of our body, and they crack easily. So as not to prevent your children having cracked lips, bleeding lips, you need to have lip balms. In my home, I have lip balms in strategic areas of the house and even in the car, because sometimes the children forget it. I tell them to always have one in their jacket, even on the way to school. I did not say lip gloss though. Lip balm, just to keep their lips moisturized for the day. And even the boys, just use it sparingly for them, and the girls as well. It's not like you're trying to do any fashion show or anything. No, just to keep them moisturized so that their lips do not crack, because when they crack, they do get painful, and depending on the child's healing, the way the child heals, it might take some time to heal. So then you might want to have lip balms and everything with you. And I would also recommend that you take with you maybe just this, in Nigeria, the over-the-counter medication, just in case. I found that I didn't even have to use most of the medication that I brought when I was coming. I brought a bit. I brought some maybe cough syrup, some paracetamol, medication for cold. Though some of these drugs are not sold over the counter, you might need to go to shops to get them, that like chemist, and you may not be too familiar with the environment at the moment, and some you have to get from your NHS. So it's best to have some of these things handy when you're coming. Please try, if I always advise that you deworm your children, deworm them before you come, So finally, for mothers who would like to study abroad and bring their children over, as long as you have the wherewithal, I think you should go for it. I've never regretted the decision to bring the children over, and yes, it can be overwhelming sometimes. That's the truth, but it's worth the while, and you would grow from it. You would learn to manage your time. You learn a whole lot of skills that you never had or you never knew you had. So don't be scared. You can go for it. It can be done, as long as you're able to manage your time very well. And then when you come from step by step, day by day, you make friends. You can get to have mothers around your neighborhood that you could go visit and talk, share ideas with, get some information from them, and just be open, be friendly, really, because when you're friendly and you put a smile on your face, people would like to speak with you. People would like to give you answers, even and in abroad, really, a lot of times people are just open to you anyway. So you just go extra mile and meet them in the middle while you're navigating your lives and everything. So I think this uh, is the end of the video for me, and if you have any more questions, please get in touch with Doing, and I would be happy to provide any information that you need. And if you also would like to contact us for the moisturizer, please feel free to do so. Your body will thank you for it. All right, then, thank you so much for your time. I hope this video has been useful, and I hope I've been able to encourage someone to be able to take that bold step to study, even if you've had your education, your university education a long time ago, or you just graduated. It's a decision that I don't think you would regret, really. So just keep doing what you do, and most importantly, have God at the back of your minds and ask Him for help every time, because ultimately He will provide you the help. So thank you, and I guess I'll see you some other time, either on my environmental law blog or on my skincare blog. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, my name is Chiazokamo. My friends call me Chizzy, and I'm here to answer a few questions for my friend Dwayne. Okay, so what course are you currently studying? School and intake. Okay, so I'm currently studying data science for my MSc, and I am at the University of West of England in Bristol, and I started September 2021. Do you work part-time? If yes, how do you combine it with your baby? Okay, so I'm currently not working. I'm a full-time student, full-time. Yeah. You have a beautiful daughter. How old is she? My daughter is 19 months old at the moment, so we're counting down to the big two. How has studying with an 18 months old been? The ugly truth. To be honest, it's challenging. I know when I first started school, one of the first things I said that once my daughter is old enough, once she's done with her first degree, I'll ask her if she would like to further her education, get a master's degree, and if she's up for it, I'll advise her to get it before she gets married or has a child. It's quite challenging. It's not the easiest thing. Do you get? Like, it's not easy juggling a home, a toddler, your studies. You don't have as much time to study as you did when you were an undergraduate and you're single. So it's quite challenging. I mean, there were times when I cried. I mean, for the course I was studying data science. I was a product manager based on work experience. I didn't know jack about coding, I just knew a little bit of SQL and all that, but proper coding and all that, I didn't know. But I started school and I was introduced to like 3 different programming languages. There was Python, there was SQL, there was R, and I had to you're getting a master's degree, you're treated like a master's student. Nobody has the time to spoon feed you. So I had to do a lot of personal study. I kind of like made friends with people that were already programmers. So kind of like they taught me a lot. I had a couple of friends who were there for me, and so far so good. Yeah, I mean, I'm done with first semester. Do you think coming with your husband helped? Does it work as well? And how do you juggle with your child at every point in time? Yeah, coming with my husband definitely really helped. I mean, I can't do this whole thing without him, especially when it comes to my daughter. And if you talk to your single friends who are here or any other country, away from friends, away from family, they'll tell you how boring it can be. And there's this thing about you have your support system and all that. And even with my study, he helps me, he encourages me. So it was really really worth it. And yes, he's working. He's working. He's a product manager, so he's working here. And then the good thing is he works from home. He works remotely. So it kind of makes it a lot easier. So it makes it a lot easier for us when it comes to managing our daughter. So the days I have to go to school, I go to school just twice in a week. I go to school on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays. So the days I have to go to school, since he's working from home, he just, stays at home, manages her while he does his work. It's kind of not easy for him because those days when those days when I have to go to school, sometimes he doesn't, achieve as much as he would like to at work. Maybe if she's hungry, he has to leave work and feed her. If he's in a meeting and maybe she wants to sleep, it becomes a bit of an issue. But I think we finally found a way to make it work. So her sleep routine, her afternoon nap time was the time he picked for his lunch. So once it's that particular time, his colleagues know he's gone for lunch, and nobody fixes a meeting that particular time or expects him to be in a meeting or disturbs him. So he uses that opportunity to put her to sleep, and then he gets back to work. And then once I'm done with school, I come back straight home, and I mean, so far so good. Yeah. How have you found childcare to be in the UK? To be honest, yeah, I know when we first arrived, one of the very first things we tried to do was find a daycare for her, because we kind of didn't know how we were going to manage with my school and with him working. And I actually wanted to get a job too. I would be doing a part-time job I would be doing. But it's quite difficult to get your child enrolled in a daycare here. I mean, it's one thing about the cost. The cost is one thing, but getting a slot is another whole issue. So we came in September 2021, and from that time till now, we're yet to get a slot. We've had to drop our details with a couple of daycare, and we've still not gotten any response. Last year, December, we got a mail saying, okay, that there will be like a slot, a vacancy in January, and if asked if we were interested, and we're like, oh yeah, we're definitely like interested, but they never go back to us. So I mean, it's really not the easiest thing, to be honest. I know people have to like bring in help from home, maybe more in-law or something, but it's really not the easiest thing. It's not. So aside I mean, daycare, every other thing about childcare is really like 100% here. They don't play with kids. They don't play with kids at all. Like, from their health to their well-being to everything that has to do with them. Their feeding is actually very cheap. Like, buying their food, buying their clothes, every single thing is really, really like very affordable. I mean, and for the health part too, they don't play with kids. There was a time when she was a bit under the weather, and I called the healthcare line. They just asked if her breathing was okay, and I said her breathing was a bit distorted. In less than 5 minutes. I had ambulance showed up, the paramedics were here, and I was like, okay, it's not that serious, but I mean, that's how seriously they take anything that has to do with a child. Yeah, so pretty much childcare is 100% here. What are the essentials to pack whilst relocating with an 18-month-old? Okay, my daughter was 12 months old when we moved, but I feel like it's basically almost the same thing. So, I mean, before we moved, we had friends telling us, oh, don't bring anything, don't bother, don't buy clothes for them, don't even bother like this and that. But to be honest, kids' stuff are very affordable here. Their clothes, their toys, toiletries, utensils, they're all quite affordable here. But then I still packed her things, because I didn't want to hear stories. And she had a lot of clothes like she has not grown into yet, or she hadn't grown into yet. She has shoes like brand new and stuff, things that I purchased like in the US and stuff, like really nice outfits. I couldn't just leave them, so I kind of like packed as many as I could. And then their clothes are really tiny. I mean, you can fit in a whole wardrobe in a very small box because of how tiny their clothes are. So I actually took a lot of clothes. I mean, I didn't even have to buy, after we arrived, I didn't have to buy clothes for her. The only thing I had to buy for her were sweatpants, sweatshirts, and winter jackets, and a few jackets for the cold season. And then very thick onesies, and very thick onesies for staying at home, for sleeping and all that, sleep suits, just because of the cold weather. And personally, I feel like bringing all those clothes paid off, because now with spring and summer coming, I've had no reason to go shop. Do you understand? Like, I'm now bringing out like really new clothes, new dresses, and for church, everything. So I've not had to go spend money buying clothes. What's your honest advice to young moms trying to relocate and are scared of taking the huge step? Should they proceed or just stay back? Honestly, there's really no major move or step you like to take or leap that won't be scary. It will be scary. I was scared when we were about to make this move. I was really like, you're leaving all that you've known, you're leaving your friends and your family, and you're moving to like no uncertainty. You leave your job, you're going to school, you don't know how you're going to cope, you don't know what the future holds, but I just want to say that it's worth it at the end, right? Just don't focus on this fear that you might have. Don't focus on those thoughts, those negative thoughts. Just focus on the positive and never ever look back. Yeah, never look back. You've made the move. Just keep pushing. And to be honest, once we're able to find a place of our own, like a permanent an accommodation, our own apartment, it felt so, different. The joy, the satisfaction, like, oh, finally, now our own space. Do you understand? And we just started like furnishing and making it a home. And to be honest, we've been here for how many months now? We're here for 9 months. Sorry, 7 months. Yeah, 7 months. And I'm grateful we made this move. That's all I have to say. So what always kept me going was the fact that I had a plan. I knew I had like a reason. My husband and I, we had a reason why we're moving, and we're looking at that. Like we had goods, and we were focusing on the actual reason why we decided to make this move, and that was what we're focusing on. And we knew at the end of the day we made the right move. I mean, at first when you arrive, it's going to be like a bit kind of like a bit rocky because you need to get like a permanent accommodation. So my husband and I, we had to stay in an Airbnb for 2 months. We came in September 27th and we moved into our apartment November 27th, exactly 2 months old. 2 months, and we were staying in Airbnb for those 2 months. Those of you that understand. So at moments like that, when you know you're like spending all that money, and it's quite tough getting like a permanent accommodation, so it can be a bit challenging. So these are moments when you appreciate the fact that your spouse is there with you. You appreciate the fact that you have your husband, you appreciate the fact that you have your wife, and you encourage each other. So because there's this thing about when you don't have like an accommodation, when you don't have a place of your own, you don't feel settled. It doesn't feel like you're settled. Do you understand? And it's not just that, it's the fact that every day you are spending so much money per day. Like for every single day you stay in an Airbnb, you're spending about like maybe £60, £70, even 80 or something. So it's money you would have put into better use. I mean, at the end of the day, you just have to look at the bigger picture. Okay, so anyone who is contemplating making this move, you are convinced you need to make this move, but you're scared, leave fear aside. You have to overcome that fear, because whatever you feel is making you scared or is holding you down, just think about the fact that people have done this and they don't have to hate. As long as they're convincing your spirit and you know this is what you want, do it, and you definitely like succeed. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Doing, for this opportunity.
So you have heard it from these beautiful, beautiful, amazing ladies. I mean, can't you see that they have something in common? They are yellow. Is it that the UK brings out the yellowness in you? Just kidding. So guys, it's not impossible to do. It's 100% doable. Of course, you're gonna probably work twice as hard, but if you're determined and you're positive and that is what you want to do, and you have your partner to support you, single moms, you are not left out. If you put your minds to it and eyes on the prize, guys, there's nothing limiting you. There's a saying that says that you are your own limitation. So once your body, soul, spirit, and mind says, I'm going to do this, fam, you're doing this regardless. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Ask your questions. I'll do it to answer them if I can. If not, the beautiful ladies that presented to us now would reply the what's it called, the questions for us amicably. They'll do justice to it. So guys, till I see you again in my next video, have a good day.